Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own, nothing control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 700 and actually no, this is good. We can leave it here. Episode 778. Trust is built on standard minutes, and we're definitely excited about doing this episode because this is one of those episodes where we just gotta go ahead and get back to the basics. Um, Something that a lot of trustees they say, "Oh, I'm listening, Trust Christian, for the details. I'm listening for the details, Trust Christian. Because the devil's in the details. You know." Okay, we're gonna go ahead and a lot of people come on the line. A lot of people come on the line, ladies and gentlemen, through consultations, and we're gonna go ahead and set the record straight that trusteeship, if it's got in y'all trust documents that you on call 24/7, you on call 24/7. Many are called, but few are chosen. Trusteeship's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And when we talk about trusteeship, trust is built on the standard minutes. That means trustees are making the minutes. They're making it a standard to do the minutes. The standard is do the minutes. Oh, Trust Christian, you gotta do the minutes daily. Y'all don't want to know. If it's called pressure, then it's immense amount of pressure. The trustees want to sit here and say, "Oh, Trust Christian, it might be feeling like it's a lot of pressure." Right, it is, because you gotta do a minute every day. You gotta record the minute. You do the minute. Oh, Trust Christian, I didn't wake up today and want to do the minute. Trust Christian, before I went to bed, I didn't want to wake up and do the minute. You do the minutes. That's the standard. So the next generation knows that that's the standard. That they gotta do it. Not because they want to now. They're doing it because the standard's been set. But then we're gonna go into something that trustees, a lot of y'all try to act like y'all wanna be trustees, but Trust Christian's gonna set the record straight and let y'all know how y'all cutting corners so y'all can clean up. Cause a lot of trustees say, "Oh, Trust Christian, how do I get the result?" You wanna know how you get the result? You gotta do what's already done. A lot of y'all wanna say y'all some Houdini. Well, if you're Houdini, let's see it happen. We're here for you. We're cheering for you. And trusteeship. But how come we don't see you in the room if you really made some money? Because if you really made some money, you would be in the room with the rest of us. Because the ones of us that have capital, we're congregating together. So it's no getting around it. But we like to hear these stories of, "Oh, Trust Christian, I have an estate, I have all of this wealth, but I'm not in the rooms with other wealthy people. I don't know the wealthy rooms to go in. I'm wealthy by myself." And you don't want to know the truth, that wealth is built with other people. It's bottom line. "Oh, Trust Christian, I'm wealthy. I'm independently wealthy by myself." Not at all. I know all the information and trusteeship by myself. Right. Okay. I don't have too many wealthy friends. Right. Oh, Trust Christian, we tell y'all to go into the rooms with the wealthy friends. We suggest it all the time. Go in the wealthy rooms. So it's no, "Oh, Trust Christian, where do you think I should go?" The wealthy room. The standard. Okay. Trust Christian, I gotta get around the wealthy people. Exactly. But Trust Christian, you telling me I gotta wear a uniform? First of all, there is a uniform in business. Just like in sports, they have a uniform. So just like in trusteeship, they got a uniform. Yes. "Oh, I'm gonna be a trustee, but I'm not gonna wear the uniform." Right. Y'all want to hear it? We going there today. A lot of y'all want to sit here and say you being a trustee, but you're not carrying in your family estate. Why? Cause you ain't never seen nobody wear the suit in the meeting on whenever whoever they meeting with they showed up. See, Trust Christian made it a point to show up. You gotta show up. Oh, Trust Christian, that's what it is. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. You gotta show up. "Oh, I gotta wear a uniform, Trust Christian." Yes. We done talk to y'all about it because the family estate is the one that owns the uniform. So every trustee understands there's a standard for what you're wearing. But "Oh, no, no, Trust Christian, we're gonna wear all the casual." Okay, well, great. Great for you. But we understand when trustees go into banks and they go into financial institutions and deal with professionals, they would traditionally wear professional attire. The standard minute. What did we wear in this meeting? Oh, George Christian, you recorded that in the meeting? Does the family estate own the clothes? Does the family estate have the cell phone? Does the family estate own the car? Does the family estate own everything that you think you used to own? But you still own it mentally. Still walk around with the slave mentality thinking you could own something. You don't even own your social security number, but you want to sit here and talk about you own something. You don't even own the social security number, but you want to talk about ownership. So you just mechanism, you utility, these numbers out here for what? For what purpose? The standard minute. Oh, Trust Christian, I'm gonna get the clothes. All right, you got the clothes. We had a trustee come on the line recently. Told us, man, they followed the standard minute. Man, went in the bank, take care of what they need to take care of. Trustees like, I'm looking the part. Yeah, you looking the part. Okay, but just know, when it come down to it, oh, if you not wearing that shirt and tie in them business meetings, unless you're Mark Zuckerberg, ladies and gentlemen, we are okay with saying that. If you, it's not about comparison. Oh, I trust Christian. I go into meetings whatever way I feel like it. Once again, we're not telling you that you can't be Mark Zuckerberg since y'all want to go there. Oh, you try to compare me to Mark Zuckerberg. I'm better than Mark Zuckerberg. Whatever. I can wear whatever I want to wear to an investor meeting. I can wear whatever I want. Okay, well, great. But as trustees, we have a standard. That's just that. Y'all want to hear the truth? We got a standard. It's not, oh, Trust Christian, what are you wearing to the meeting? You already know what Trust Christian's wearing to the meeting. You already know. It's not a question in your mind. You already know. It doesn't matter. It's business. It's not personal. It's not what Trust Christian feels like wearing to the meeting. Oh, so you got the standard of clothing. Okay, we want to go into it because this is one that a lot of trustees try to cut corners on, and you can't cut the corner on it. And as soon as you cut the corner on it, you're going to get that level of performance. Here we go. So, Trust Christian, what's the cut corner? What's the minute standard? The minute standard is going out and building your family estate. Trust Christian, I've tried to. I'm working over here. Wrong idea. What does a true trustee do? Go out and build the board. You gotta build the board first. Oh, Trust Christian, I never did that before. Oh, Trust Christian, I don't know nothing about that. That's all y'all want to sit here and say. That's all you can say. I never did that. I never knew I should had to do that. Well, so if something happens to you, who else going to? What you talking about? You trustee, right? Right. The first concern, a lot of y'all don't. Yeah, I've been on the internet. I've been searching on the internet, Trust Christian, for all the jewels and gems. I need to know everything. I need to know how to make money. I need to know all of this stuff. Okay. If something happens to you, what's gonna happen to the family estate? That's it. First question. In trusteeship, what are you? What is the family estate gonna do? But see, it's easy to meander along around it. Why? Because 80% of the population ain't even thinking about it. So if you stuck around the 80%, you already washed up. That's a big wave. The rest of y'all, that's a part of the 20%, we letting y'all know. We giving you the heads up. The heads up is that yes, there's a standard. Yes, there is a board. Oh, okay. Yep, that's the standard. You gotta have somebody there to replace you if something goes down. Gotta have that on deck. Gotta put things in place. You gotta have people that you can reach out to. You gotta make sure you start creating these alliances. Bam. Okay, what's the standard? You don't want to hear this because this is where the low levels are gonna. This is where if you're in the 20%, right? Just apply the 80-20 rule again. 80% of the 20%, they gonna go for B and below players. The top 20, they gonna go for the A players. That's that. Oh, Trust Christian, that's what it is. Promise you. That's the separator. Y'all, I want to be in the 1%. I want to be in the 1%. I want to be working with the 1%. I'm gonna be whatever you say you're gonna be. You first of all, if you have supposedly more than dang near $5 million, they consider you rich in the United States, let alone around the world. Maybe not in other rich, wealthy countries, but you still consider rich even in those countries. $5 million American cash is solid cash. Anything above that, you're considered to be rich. You want to say it's net worth, you want to say it's liquid cash. We would like to tell you it's liquid cash. We like to tell you you can be getting a dividend of 8%, something of the sort. If you're looking at something like that, you're considered to be rich. That's just what it is in the world. Can the money lose value? Sure. Is things going on? Sure. But if somebody's able to put together that level of cash flow, business or otherwise, they're considered to be rich in the United States, let alone around the world. Okay, Trust Christian. All these trustees got all these big dreams though. They want to help out people, but then they didn't build up nothing for rich. You gotta build something for rich. Just like people say they want to be wealthy, you gotta build something for wealthy. Oh no no no. Okay, great. We're not talking to them. We talking to the ones that you're going to build something that the family estate can actually use. So it's actually something you built too. So you build a team. Trustees build the team, and you're only as good as your weakest link. Now, a lot of y'all don't want to know. The mentors told us a lot of wild stuff when we was going through our training. So we not gonna repeat it here for y'all to not hurt your feelings. But long story short is yes, the mentors would tell us you're only as good as your weakest link. And last time we checked, you're a first generation trustee. How many Trust Christian is around multi generational trustees. We've interviewed multi generational trustees on this platform. There is no old Trust Christian. I don't know any multi generational trustees. We've interviewed them on the podcast. I can listen to them. So now we got, okay, Trust Christian, we're going to, have conversations about these trustees. We got to find these other trustees. Well, so we'll go ahead and break it down for you. The way Trust Christian was going into it, we was like, okay, mentor, we need to go get learn accounting. He said no. He said you need to go find. That's what we hired those people for. And then we went to another same mentor. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get a legal degree. We got trustees that got legal degrees. They came through trustee training and went and got a legal degree. So okay, let's continue. We got mentor. We gotta get a what do you say? You gotta get a legal degree. He said no, we hired those people. That's what we hired those people for. Like okay, and then you learn. Sometimes you might think it's bad wisdom, but in all actuality, it's some of the best wisdom you're gonna get. Why? Because it keeps you out of being a technician. It keeps you focused on being a trustee. Keeps you being operating at a high level. So we'll get trustees that say, okay, Trust Christian, I don't know how to build a team. I gotta build a team. You telling me I gotta build this team. I don't know how to do it. Then they say, oh, well, Trust Christian, you gotta have all this money. And we're doing our best to share the wisdom that our mentors share with us. The mentors say, you gotta get lawyers and accountants you can't afford. You gotta go find big firms. You can't get your local Uncle Larry and Nancy to manage the family estate. Talking about, oh, yeah, I hope he can manage it. No, you need to know that they managing some big money over there, and you just next in line. You're next up for them to help with. But how's that work, Trust Christian? Granted, we wouldn't say insider things. Our mentors gave us standards, so you can enroll in trustee training. We can give you the standards, like the scripts and things like that. Of course, you got the scripts to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to know the standards so you can have the scripts to recruit the team. So, okay, you recruit the team. Bam, that's important, ladies and gentlemen. You got your legal, you got your accounting, you got your experts in the field you're in. Well, tell a trustee, go out and get a chairman. You know how many trustees cut a corner on getting a chairman? You know how many trustees cut a corner on getting a mentor? Oh, Trust Christian, I don't know the mentor. And then all Trust Christian do is sit here and basically tell you the whole episode what the mentors told him. He just telling y'all what the mentor said. But oh no, I can't find a mentor. Exactly, because you're not looking hard enough. You don't want to say, "Oh, Judge Christian, I went out and I found me a mentor on the platforms you told us about." Yeah, why didn't they find a mentor? If you're gonna learn how to swim, ain't it best to learn from somebody that know how to swim good? We've been around Olympic athletes. We didn't interview the Olympic athletes on the podcast. We done been around professional athletes. We've been around Hall of Fame athletes, whatever you want to call him. Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he did something no one else did on the field. Okay, but now this is trusteeship. You got to convert your skill set to trusteeship. Do you know what the skill set is for trusteeship? That's where we could really elaborate on. The standard is, what is the skill set for trusteeship? Everybody will say, oh, I like to say I have it because I want to protect my family estate. Okay, we all pretty much have the same standard as trustees. That's why it's able for us. That's why it's easy for us to identify and sit in a room and get things done. Oh, trust Christian, is it really that easy? Is it something like that? They don't want to hear that. They don't want to know that. It's an investment. Right, it is. In your family estate, family of relationships. You invest in those relationships. You travel, you go build those relationships. Oh, I gotta put a minute in for everything. Look, we gonna go ahead and tell y'all this. Cause well, let's stick to the board real quick. So you got the board. That's the standard. The standard is now, do we have a system in place to keep this going based off of those people? Those people should be able to help you put together your own family estate system. But we gonna go ahead and let you know, the lower you lower your standard on the people that you're gonna engage in that situation, is the lower your performance is gonna be for the family estate going from one generation to the next. Now y'all can sit here and hem and haw all you want, but Trust Christian is gonna tell you, if you don't go associate with billionaires, it is not likely. But if you want to pull it off, sure, you're going to be a super anomaly, and you're going to realize that at one point. Oh, I'm super anomaly, which means most of the people you have in your life at lower levels, you're never going to talk to them, or most of them ever again. Why? Because you're an anomaly. They aren't going to make it out. You're the only one that did. Okay. Trust Christian. What we talking about with the board? We got the board. We got a system in place. All right. The the system is only as good as the players. The system is only as good as the team. The strategy is only as good as the team. The strategy is only as good as the players. Oh, Trust Christian, I want you to be my trustee. That's what they say. They think they slick. Oh, Trust Christian, won't you be my trustee? Oh, okay. So, sure. But what do you have for Trust Christian to be a trustee over? Air? Then air? What do you have? That's what the trustees are saying to Trust Christian. Hey, Trust Christian, you say you want to play with the big boys with the big toys. Then what are you bringing to the table? What are you out here? What do you don't even want to know. They almost want to hear say to you, what are you sacrificing? But they don't say that to you because they don't want you to think crazy of them. So they ask you, what did you build? And they know based off what you built, how much you should have sacrificed to put in the building. Why? Because these individuals know what it takes. They're not sitting, especially asset managers. We understand they're investment managers just as much as an asset manager. Just like you're an asset manager, just like you're an investment manager. You're investing your time, you're investing your energy. So as we continue, when after you got the standard of the board in place and you got some so-called strategy, or what we gonna go out and execute, then the standard is execution. And that's just the biggest thing that Trust Christian can say is the biggest difference between him and what trustees and sometimes people say is, the separator is always going to come down to who's out here executing their plans. And that's just bottom line. And Trust Christian is like in the mode where the focus is to 100% make sure that you're executing. And if you focus on that, ladies and gentlemen, there is a high probability of success. Now, a lot of people would think failure is a possibility or probability, but the standard is execution, which means the probability for success is traditionally execution. It's not anything else. It's not anything else but that. And so, when we look at that from a trustee perspective, it, we could go back to team standards. And it just comes down to, what is the standard of the trust? Is it excellence? Is it working with the best? Or is, oh, I never achieved anything in my life, Trust Christian, so I don't really know what it's like to achieve, millions and millions of dollars and all this other stuff. Right? And that's why we're sharing with you. You got to get around other millionaires so you can talk to them and have conversations and understand that it's really not as hard as people in lower income levels would say. It's not about that. It's called Think and Grow Rich. It's not work hard and grow rich. It's Think and Grow Rich. Y'all already know. Sometimes you don't have to do all the work. Right. So since you don't have to do all the work, then it's an opportunity for you to think. And this is the separator. As a man thinketh. That's the standard. And that's why we're excited to do this episode for trustees. We know that are listening and they're going to go back and say, hey, you know what? You're right. I got to put the standards in place. I got to put my credo in place. Trust Christian, we got a credo in place. Trust Christian, we got standards in place. The mentors been gave us a standard. This ain't rocket science. This stuff is a formula. See, a lot of people, they want to try to turn this into it's a mystery. I can't think of it. It's a hard thing to get wealthy. How's it hard? How's it hard? Are you following the formula? Do you even have a formula? Do you have a success pattern before you? Oh, Trust Christian, is that what you got? Yup. Trust Christian, you got the pattern? Yup. Do you got the pattern for success? Yup. Because you gotta use the pattern. There's a pattern. It's a vibration. Y'all don't talk about vibrations and frequencies. It's a vibration. Okay, well, are you doing it? Not just are you feeling it, baby, baby, I got that feeling. Oh, you want to have a feeling? Okay, I got the feeling, Trust Christian. Yeah, enamored. Let's go back to that word again. Enamored. I'm enamored with this process, Trust Christian. You know how many trustees say that? I need you to bring peace and harmony to my life. Well, do you know what peace and harmony looks like in your life? Because if that's the case, right now it might be in chaos. Fair to say, right? Or is it in peace and harmony? And what are you doing? What do you need to improve? There's nothing about it that you're discontent about. You're either content or you're discontent. The standard is we have a standard to uphold. But how people say, oh, I got to raise my standards. You may want to raise your standards. You may want to change your standards. And it's okay if you want to do so. Some trustees say, oh, Trust Christian, the minutes. How do I rate the minutes? We were sitting here looking at it earlier today. The minute says you got to write. Where is it at? The minute says you have to write the new standard. You could update this often. What does the minute standard say? Give us a second. We're going to pull it up. There's a new update to our minute standard. Of course. You gotta update the minute standard. A lot of people don't want to hear, oh, this, that, the third. See, if you really were following your loves and your passions, you would see that the opportunity for you to execute at a high level are actually there. Here we go. What is the new standard? Here we go. We're here to share with y'all the new standard. Because you can update your standards. Okay, here we go. You pretty much, you start the clock. Where is this thing at? Oh boy, where is this thing at? Alright, you start the clock. You find out who's, 1 second here. We know we got it here. Oh yeah, you start the clock. You have the countdown timer going. The excellence readability. Really? Excellent readability? Yep. Exceptional durability? Yep. And the focus is on execution. Correct. And so after that, you write down, okay, what did we do right? What could we done better? And what do we want to do next time? Or what is a good idea for next time? Some people would say, "Oh man, Trust Christian, that's you getting detailed." Yep, because it's a debrief. A lot of people don't have a debrief, so that's an easy minute for you to have. A lot of people don't want to create the debriefs because it's, "Oh, I'm not used to that mentality." We come on the line with trustees who say, "Look, let's follow this format." You know how many come on try to flim flam like a little fish? "Oh, I can't stick to the format because I'm not used to so much structure." That's what it is. Because if it wasn't that, you just come on the line. You wouldn't be pulling nothing out the damn thin air. You wouldn't be reading out of the damn thin air. Why are you relying on your? Look, y'all want to talk about memory? I feel so much pressure because you got all this information in your conscious mind instead of letting your unconscious mind digest it. You gotta let your unconscious mind digest the information. Do certain specific tasks and blocks and debriefing your mind so you don't have to remember it. We got some mentors say, "Oh, I wouldn't write it down." That's fair. That's some mentors. They would say that they don't write it down. They could remember it. Great, but then that means they really can go into their unconscious mind and pull the answer out when they need it. But other than that, what's the point of relying on your memory? And so once again, we just want to make it clear: the trustees that say, "Oh, I want to put together the trust standard," man. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we talking to y'all straight up about trusteeship. A lot of trustees say, "Oh, Trust Christian, does it have to have a standard?" You don't have to have a standard, but a lot of trustees gonna say they want a standard. Or what is the standard? Where does the standard start? We letting y'all know it started from the beginning of this episode. Talking about whether that's the dress, whether that's the you want to know how you improve your vocabulary. "Oh, Trust Christian, I don't know." We give y'all the dictionary. We tell trustees to go over the dictionary to improve their words. All you gotta do is read through contracts and read over words. Trust Christian. Oh, for the lunch break, for y'all to just work in jobs and work in these different type of situations, it takes 20 to 30 minutes. If you got good reading skills, and if you gotta read it 2 or 3 days in a row, you could read over a document. It took me an hour and a half. "Oh yeah, Trust Christian, it took me an hour and a half to read a document." Okay. "I had to spend 3 lunch breaks on it." Okay. "And I used the dictionary because I was looking at the words." Right. How would the next generation know if you don't write it down? "Oh, Trust Christian, did the mentors do that for you?" For the most part, first of all, the mentors set the example. It's not, "Oh, Trust Christian, did they do it?" They set the example. They're not just talking to you, they were doing it. That's why we move the way we move. Because you got to be trained in this information. You don't just go out here and, "Oh yeah, Trust Christian, I think I could wing it like I'm a winger." Okay, be a winger then. Wing it. Go wing it. But if you're going to stick to the standard, whether y'all know it or not, this is the way the mentors put it to us, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. This is the way the mentors put it to us, whether y'all want to hear the truth or not. The mentor said, the further you deviate from the steps, is the longer it's either going to take or the worse results you're going to get. Now, some people could sit here and say, "Oh, Trust Christian, I want an opportunity. I think I got a chance." You think you got a chance. You think you got a chance, right? You think, I got this chance. Yep. For the ones of y'all that's really paying attention at this very moment, Trust Christian gonna tell y'all the realest thing, that if y'all don't want to hear it, then fine. You didn't take the shortcut. But the mentors also gave us a shortcut to building wealth. The mentors gave us a shortcut to securing wealth. The mentors gave us the shortcut for wealth. There is no "how do you build wealth?" You know how to build wealth, Trust Christian. Why? Because everything you done in that environment is about preserving it. And if you're focused on preserving it, that means you already have it, so you're thinking about already having it, so you're thinking about making the moves in the right way. Not, "Oh, I gotta get it." You're thinking about what the mentors trained you in. Reverse engineering. You have to think from the end first. They even work backwards to be wealthy. But oh no, no, Trust Christian, I got this. I'm gonna slip away. I'm gonna work hard away. I'm going to mentally hard anxiety it away. Yeah, sure you are. Ain't even wrote it on paper yet, let alone think they gonna be over the mental hurdles. You're not getting over the mental emotional hurdles because you didn't write it down yet, partially to get it out of your mind, to get it out of your head, to get it out of the invisible. Even an architect has to write the design down for the structure first. So what makes you think you wouldn't have to write the business down? Oh, I got it structured out. And here we go. The mentors told us from the beginning, if it can't write it down on a napkin, it ain't a business. It's some theory. Trying to convince somebody. One liner, structure on paper. Bam, okay. So the mentors let us know you got a system. Now, don't be Johnny Rocket Scientist. Just stick to the system. Okay. That's it. Some people would like to say, "Oh, trust Christian." Y'all don't really want to know. It's like this is like breaking a horse. It's like a wild horse. When you want to train something, you gotta train it. You gotta train yourself. Oh, trust Christian, that's what it is. Promise you, that's it. You gotta train yourself. Now, when you say you train yourself, you gotta engage with the wealthy information, with wealthy people. They get wealthy results. That's it. Really? Yep. That's it. Trust Christian's giving you out a game, the standard for your minutes. Oh, Trust Christian, should we be working with you? We have trustees come through still to this day. They understand what they hear. They understand value that they get on one episode. Trust Christian, I gotta do what we talked about in this episode, man. Oh man, I gotta do that stuff in that episode, man. Okay. We remember one of the mentors. It's one of those things where you say, "Oh, Trust Christian, did I have to do it? Do I need this person?" Ladies and gentlemen, some people you would say you respect. Some people you would say you admire. But if that's the case, the focus is to actually do it. So if you respect these people, if you admire these people, if you appreciate these people, you know what time it is when it comes to these situations, when it comes to the executing in a wealthy manner, because they're showing you. One of the mentors said, if you don't uphold this standard, I'll never meet with you again. People don't want to hear that. Oh, Trust Christian, he said that. I'll never meet with you if you don't uphold this standard, and you still uphold the standard. Man, the mentor upheld the standard even recently, and you think we felt some type of way? No. Oh man, the mentor upheld the standard. I'm gonna get in my feelings about the mentor upholding the standard, man, for the meeting, man. It's like, no. First of all, you be wondering if the mentor cares. If the mentor cared, he already sends you the message to show up. That's the invite. Mentor already sends you the invite. What more do you ask for? You showing up to the party today. But oh no, Trust Christian, man, the mentor, you know how the mentor is, man. Trust Christian, he be going hard, he be setting these high standards of excellence, and he over here setting these high standards, and he want us to follow these standards, man. We gotta uphold the standard, Trust Christian. Right. Yeah, I think the mentors wouldn't cut you off. What you talking about? The mentors wouldn't cut you off. It ain't even like the mentor really cutting you off, because that's how you know they're a great individual. Because they really not cutting you off. They just doing what? Upholding the standard. And that's where it's like, dang, am I going to uphold the standard? Just like even right now, we're part of this one challenge, and it's called Hold the Line, and it's just how many people are gonna hold the line. Hold the line. We appreciate that challenge right now that we're working through. That's, and when we say challenge, it's actually like a good one where they put it out there proactively, and we're excited to engage. So we're working with some individuals on what that is, and so that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Is are you making it a point to uphold the standard for the minutes? Some people could, say, "Oh, I don't know, Trust Christian, how many times I should do the minutes." Okay, if the mentors told us to do the mentors, yeah, I don't even want to know. At this point, which I want to hear, the mentor said the extreme, do a minute every day. Oh, Trust Christian, I cannot do 365 minutes. Yo, Trust Christian, you don't hit it like that. Trust Christian to tell y'all straight up, if you traveling sometimes, you might not hit the minute because you're traveling. Okay, we'll hit the minute the next day. Sometimes you can make a minute for 2 or 3 days on one day. What's wrong with that? Oh, Trust Christian, I didn't think of that. Exactly. But when you got to be creative in this structure, then you got to say, okay, I'm creating the minutes, just no matter what. The episodes for us are kind of minutes because we had to record that we did it in either way. What did we talk about? We talked about this for the trustees across the country, around the world. We appreciate trustees and people tuning in live, listen, replay. Always appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen, replay. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Just really excited to have shared what we needed to share here on this particular episode, because a lot of trustees reach out and they're just like, "Oh man, I don't know the standard, Trust Christian." Okay, we already shared. Trust Christian, we model our mentors and dress and appearance and the way that we speak. That's just bottom line. Oh really, Trust Christian, your mentors talk like you talk on the episode? For the most part, our mentor is going to tell you straight up like it is. That's just what it is. That is not like they ain't even thinking about your feelings. Oh, be empathetic and compassionate, Trust Christian. The mentors, y'all think they'd have for us? The mentors, they are compassionate people. They are empathetic people, but they uphold the standard. And so if you say, "Oh well, I'm not in congruence with the standard," this is what the mentor is going to say. Okay, let me know when you are. It's just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen to replay. Always appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen to replay. Feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace and joy.